Hi, and welcome to Business Automation 101. I'm Tanya Shipman. I'm going to demonstrate how to create a Kindle cover. As you all know, I have already created about 7 pieces of content from the PLR that Aaron gave me access to, and now I'm going to create a Kindle book. Now, normally creating a Kindle cover would be the last thing I would do, but I just wanted to show you how easy it is to create one using 2 free products, Canva and Pixabay. So I've already written most of my book, but I want to add some more to it, and I want to put some more images in it. So I'm going to create the cover first of all, and then take you through all the things that I put into a Kindle book. Normally I do it the other way around, but I just wanted to, as I said, show you how easy it was. The whole point of creating a Kindle cover is to catch somebody's attention, and I'm going to use the image that I've used on my post to capture people's attention. I am also naming it what I use for my post, but I'm going to add more into it. This is an opportunity when you create a Kindle book to add extra things in. So what I've done is I've already set this all up so that you don't have to watch the pain that I go through as I add things in. You can sort of see how it works. So in Canva, you can actually choose a Kindle cover as a book size. Go in and select that, and then you can just get started. So I've selected a Kindle cover, and what I did was I went to Pixabay and I found the image that I had, and I downloaded it again because I wanted to make sure it was a clean cover. So it's on here. This is the size that it's downloaded. It's too small, of course, for my book size, so I got to play around with it. And through the beauty of undo and redo in Canva, I've completed this, but I've taken everything back to the beginning and I can add things in. So I just played around with the size, moving it around, trying to figure out where I wanted it to sit and capture people's attention. Let me see if I can make this a little, no, that's too small. Okay, you'll just have to bear with me that this is the sort of size it is, and I'll have to move it around. Kindle covers can easily be done on Fiverr, Upworks. There's all sorts of places. There's graphic artists that do it. But when you're first starting out, you might not have the money, or you just want to see to make sure you know how to do it yourself. So this is what I do for all of my covers. And if I need to make it anything fancy, I have a VA who can do it for me. So I just played around with the size until I got about where I wanted it to, and played up and down all over the place. And you can see that I'm just trying to figure out where do I want this to sit. And you now know that this is about where I want it to sit because now I've taken the background. And all I did was I simply went and used a color picker that's available in Chrome to get the color that was the same as the top of the blue sky. I could have used red, and I may change my mind. This is never a done deal until such time as I'm ready to publish my book, because I might decide to change it. I might make it red up here to capture that. I might make it white. It's playing around with what works for you, but I like what I've done so far. And comes a time when you have to choose, is it perfection or is it actually I want to be able to put something out? So as I said, I just kept on doing it. I then realized I wanted to actually have a line between where the blue background and the image came so that it wasn't so stark. I chose a thick one originally. It wasn't the right one. I chose a thin one. And that's the beauty of, and I put it on down the bottom here, as you can see, and I made it fit to the image. And I then copied it once I got it the right size and moved it up the screen so that, again, you can see. Now let me see if I can play around. No, it won't let me do that. I was just going to see if I could actually make the screen size smaller, but it wouldn't let me. So I've added in just a border so that it shows that there is supposed to be a place between it. So then I started playing around with where I would have the image, because I have to fit in a title. As you remember, it's just not the picture. I actually need the name that's going to go on there. And I just kept playing around with it, moving things around. And that's the beauty of Canva. You can keep playing around and figure out what you want it to look like and do. So I'm adding in my heading, and just eliminate the 10 time wasters. Again, I may choose to rename it. I might just call it, get rid of 10 time wasters. I might 10 time wasters to eliminate. I've got options that I can play around with as I keep working on my book. But by doing this on Canva and actually doing it yourself, if you do make any changes, it's quick and easy to do. But the same thing applies if you go to Fiverr or Upwork. So back to creating our book. So I've put in my heading. I wanted to keep the font similar to what was down the bottom here with the wasting time. So I played around with what sort of font to use. And then I'm now adding in my name down the bottom here and put in, of course, my name, change the font. And then I started playing around with, I wanted a little bit more room at the top. And as you'll see in a moment, I just kept on playing around with this so that I could have the book to look the way I wanted it to. And here's the finished book. Now that didn't take a lot of time, and yes, of course I'd already done most of this work, but even doing this, it was find an image, choose a background, put in the headings, put in your name, and I have a Kindle book ready to go. Canva saves it for you, and I can now download it as a PNG, which is what Amazon likes you to upload for your Kindle books. And there's my cover done. Now, again, this is all about saving time and having a system. And as you can see, I've done this a few times before for other books that I've done. But here's this Kindle book ready to be uploaded, the cover ready to be added into my images and added into what I want to make available. So the next step, of course, will be filling in the rest of my Kindle book, putting in information, copyright information, all these bits and pieces. That'll be the next step that I'll take. I'll take you through that. But now you're ready to go out and create your first Kindle cover. If you've created Kindle covers before, please post them down in the comments down below, or let me know what you've created. Share your Kindle books into the group. I'd love to see what you've been writing. Got any questions? Ask below. If you want to know how to use Canva, I'm happy to help you out with that. But here we go, ready to put a cover onto my Kindle book. I'll catch you all in my next video. I'm Tanya Shipman from Business Automation 101, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.